spiraled drastically out of control ever since mankind became the dominant species and declared themselves king for a day. But thanks to their narcissistic sense of self-awareness, their territorial bloodlust, their hopelessly lost logic, and their something else that I can't quite remember off the top of my head, it was only a matter of time until things went tits up, and sure enough, after a mere 2.5 million years on their hind legs, it would appear that the human race may have prematurely run its course. Song and dance funny man Michael Jackson has become America's first translucent president. Failing to live up to the expectations of the voters, he manages to run the world economy into the ground within a matter of hours. He is asked to stand before a board of his superiors who question his unprofessionalism and unsavoury sexual preferences, and Michael Jackson responds by briskly cupping his genitals in his hand and walking out of the room backwards. He is murdered mysteriously the following day by the doctor in the bedroom with the heart attack. Ever since the public execution of John F. Kennedy, the bullet hole has become every celebrity's must-have accessory. So when Mark Chapman shoots John Lennon outside of his New York apartment, Ringo Starr retaliates by assembling a posse, driving down to LA and shooting dead 27-year-old rapper Tupac Shakur. On hearing of the death of Tupac, Courtney Love panics and hires a hitman to carry out a suicide-style assassination on BBC Crime Watch presenter Jill D-A-N-D-O. D-A-N-D-O. Dando. Yes, Jill Dando's crime scene appears to be a suicide, but Nick Ross and the Crime Watch team will not rest until every stone has been upturned and they eventually unravel the entire sinister and twisted plot. Struggling to come to terms with the death of his work colleague and hell-bent on revenge, Nick Ross flies a microlight aircraft into the side of the World Trade Center, killing himself and no one else. What's your microphone? Talks to try and resolve the world food shortage crisis, ending chaos when Senator Schwarzenegger loses his temper and eats UN spokeswoman Jerry Halliwell. But Schwarzenegger's frenzied cannibalistic feast merely tips the scales on the Western world, and the pressure put upon the planet by the obese and overpopulated nations causes the ocean levels to rise, and Africa and half of Asia disappear beneath the heavily polluted waves. When he is told of the millions of people who have died as a consequence of his gruesome lunch, Schwarzenegger throws back his head and laughs, exposing the gaps in his teeth to be still packed with human meat. He turns coldly to the Dalai Lama, bukkakis his face in ketchup and then tucks into his second course with nauseating relish. Meanwhile, fake spaceman Neil Armstrong has now faked his own death in a replica hospital built within the grounds of a remote Nevada Air Force base. Armstrong, famous for his multi-million-dollar extravagant hoaxes, suffered a massive and pretend internal hemorrhage by sellotaping a hot water bottle to his chest full of cold tomato soup and chopped liver. He then clutched his chest halfway through a coughing fit, causing the contents to spurt out, thereby creating the illusion that he was choking on his own internal organs. Several actors playing close family and friends were with him at the time. Their funeral takes place next week for 26 government patsies who were mysteriously murdered the following day. He leaves 2 children bewildered and a lot of unanswered questions. But is this enough to make the people ask the questions that need to be asked as mankind stumbles, lost, blind, confused, dizzy and sick into what must surely be the final chapter of this ridiculous farce? The words of the story so far float off into the galaxy like the start of the Star Wars film, and the camera pans across to a little blue dot known as Planet Earth, focusing in on the area of Rusholme, Manchester, where a disinterested and smelly audience has gathered before a bespectacled Mancunian gobshite who suddenly takes a sharp intake of breath and says, "My name's Vic Richard." Coming up, we've got the fucking, what? You what? Who? Jackpot Golden Boys.